In this episode of Bottoms Up, we have a North London derby at home against Tottenham and a Carabao Cup quarter-final tie at home against their former club, Crystal Palace. Welcome to episode 21 of Bottoms Up with Arsenal. Okay, since you were last with us then, we played Monaco and Aston Villa in the last episode. A 2-2 draw against Monaco and a 2-0 win against Aston Villa. Since then, we have played Brighton at home with a 1-0 win, Ethan Nwaneri with the goal in that game. Then we had Manchester United in the Champions League with a 1-1 draw at home with a Nick Jonas-Schmetz goal. Then we played Leeds away from home with a 3-1 win, 2 goals from Schmetz, 1 from Alistair Bruce. Then we played Reading at home, a 5-0 win at home against Reading. Schmetz with a couple, Van Persie with a couple, and Mahara with an added time penalty. And then in the next game against West Brom, Mahara got another penalty, first of 2 goals for him in that game, away from home against West Brom, a 2-0 win. And then in our most recent game, we played in the Champions League. We played against Napoli, a 5-2 win, 2 goals from Kenta Mahara, an own goal, a goal from Shaquille Van Persie and Lorenzo Pataka with a goal as well. Which means, as I said in the intro, we have Tottenham and Crystal Palace in today's episode. Both games at home, one in the league, one in the Carabao Cup. If we have a look at the Champions League table, we're currently sitting 4th with 2 games still to play. We're only 1 point inside this little green zone here. So there is still work to do in terms of keeping us in here. Tottenham are currently sitting 2nd on 14 points, unbeaten in the Champions League as well. They've had a really decent start to the season. If we have a look at the Premier League table, we sit top, 8 points clear of Manchester City. Tottenham are also 8 points behind us. And then Newcastle in 4th. And then you've got Man United, Brighton and Fulham in the other European type places. So let's get into today's game. It's a lunchtime kickoff, a 12:30 kickoff against Tottenham. Always hate these North London derbies because it's always quite a nervy occasion. But here's the team we're going to go out with: Restes in goal, Calvo left back, Pataka right back, Escalada and Kayunda in the centre of defence, Zaire-Emery and Uchiong in the centre of midfield, Van Persie and Saka out wide with Mahara in behind Schmetz. Let's get into it. We really do want to win against our North London rivals, plus it'll extend their lead from 8 points to 11 points at least over Tottenham. They've got Albert Capellas as their manager. Don't know who he is. Not going to look either, but they've got Marcus Leonardo in their team, and I know from having him on this game in previous seasons as well as or previous years versions of this game and this game. Oh wow, that was almost 1-0 to Tottenham. Yeah, I know from previous games he is a very good player, Marcus Leonardo, so we do need to be a bit careful of him. Ashley Phillips in their starting lineup. For those of you that have been watching my rebuilding Blackburn Rovers save that started yesterday, he was a Blackburn player, went to Tottenham, and that's a goal from Warren Zaire-Emery. Don't get many of them for the pound from Warren Zaire-Emery, but he's got a goal today, and that could be a really big goal in the context of the season. I think it's his first goal of the season as well. I don't recall him scoring any others, but it's been a lively start to the game. The opening 20 minutes or 25 minutes now, we've had 4 shots on target. They've had their 1 shot on target, which was right at the start of the game, that they very nearly scored from, maybe should have scored from. But yeah, I mean, for those of you that might have missed an episode or two, the aim of the save really now is to win the Champions League. That is where all of our focus is going to. It doesn't mean we're not going to try and win everything else. Obviously, this is an opportunity for us to win as much as possible. But the Champions League does take priority. Here's Mahara. He's gone round everybody and probably should have scored, but it looks like it was a good save from the goalkeeper. It's gone out for a corner. Saka will take the corner kick. In swinger to the far post. Comes out to Warren Zaire-Emery. Tries to find Ochiong. It's Pataka. Saka back to Pataka, and it's over the bar. You never feel very comfortable when you're 1-0 up, do you? You always feel like you need a little bit more than that. And that's kind of where I'm looking at it at the moment, is that 1-0 lead is lovely, but I'd really like a second goal. That could be a penalty. He's going to go and have a look at the telly. going to view the Google box. Come on, referee, you've got to give this as a penalty. Then Kenta Mahara needs to step up and convert it. And the referee's decision is penalty. 57th minute of the game, we have a penalty. Kenta Mahara steps up to take it. He is a regular penalty taker. Oh, what was that, you absolute clown? I mean, he's basically just chipped it straight into the goalkeeper's hands. That was terrible. And do you know what? I'm taking you off for that as well. That was absolutely awful. Right, Giardini can come on. Schmetz hasn't been having a particularly great game, so I think we'll bring him off for Nwaneri as well. Oh, Kenta. I expect so much better from you. That should have been 2-0. And hopefully that isn't now a way into the game for Tottenham, because that would be very disappointing. Here's Pataka, gives it to Saka. Van Persie, no, can't score. Tottenham have successfully cleared their lines, however. I mean, we have absolutely dominated this game. It's not even funny just how dominant we've been in this game. I think Emery's going to need to come off for Silva. Pataka's not been playing particularly well, so I think we'll bring him off and bring on Durin instead. Our first defensive change. I mean, to be fair, Van Persie's not exactly having a great game either. We've had 10 shots. We're back to this again, where we're having so many shots on target, but we're just not scoring the goals. And I do hate it when that's the case, because you see so often where we're just scoring goals for fun, and then we get a game like this where 11 shots on target now. We've won the game, it's 1-0. I mean, you look at the stats, we've been absolutely dominant. We absolutely deserved to win that game, and we did win that game. But I would have just preferred to have got more than the one goal. But the points are in the bag, that's the main thing. And we've won 12 straight now. So we now move on to our next game of the episode, which is the Carabao Cup quarter-final at home to a former club, Crystal Palace. Before we get to the game against Crystal Palace, Bukayo Saka, who's on like £400,000 a week, has committed his future to the club. He signed a contract extension for 2 more years. Bearing in mind he's 33 now. And he's dropping his wages from £400,000 a week to £275,000 a week. This is his contract in total. So he has got loyalty bonuses and whatever else in their seasonal landmarks and all that. And he stated here, Bukayo Saka has admitted that he wants to spend the remainder of his career at Arsenal. Saka stated that his love of the club and a deep respect for his manager Damien Hills means he couldn't even contemplate playing football anywhere else. Saka has produced 35 dribbles and 56 key passes in 23 appearances for Arsenal this season. This guy, considering he's 33 years old, he is still playing at an elite level. He's got another couple of seasons left with us, and he's going to be an Arsenal player for his entire career. He's a one-club man. He's currently made 506 league appearances so far, scoring 159 goals and 100 assists, and 78 player match awards, an average rating of 7.63 over all these years. The guy is just a legend. He really is. And yeah, his attributes are dropping, but sometimes I think there is room for sentiment in football. And I think he definitely is that room for sentiment. Legendary winger, model citizen. Yeah. Hopefully he's going to become a player that turns into a coach at the end of his career as well. But whatever he does, 132 England caps as well. What a player Bukayo Saka has been on this game and in real life. Right, now let's get to the game against Crystal Palace. Right, it's game time, and it's Crystal Palace at the Emirates in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Here's the team we're going to line up. We've got Fiorota coming in goal in place of Restes, because it's Carabao Cup. Chambers comes in at left back. Pataka at right back. Escalada, Saliba comes back in the heart of the defence. Zaya, Emery and Ochiong in the centre midfield. Van Persie, Saka, Mahara in the attacking midfield positions, with Schmetz up top. Let's get into the game. Few changes made, not as many as I perhaps normally make. And let's get into it. It'd be interesting actually to see how many players Crystal Palace have got that they had from when we was there. Bear in mind, it's been a season and a bit now. So you've got what? Borkelmans, Bitshiabu, Ide, Martin Fernandez, Alan Marich, Emerson Fernandez, Duchesne and Persez. They've still got quite a lot of players there that were there from when we were manager at the club. Obviously, we've got a few of them with us now in the likes of Mahara. And what a goal. Escalada with his first goal of the season. I think that's a Mahara assist from the free kick. It'll go down as a set-piece goal. 4 minutes in, we're 1-0 up already. Saka now with the free kick. Zaire picks up the loose ball. Goes all the way back to Pataka. He's taken up his favoured position here. Oh, thought Pataka was going to make it 2-0 then. But yeah, we've obviously got the likes of Escalada and Calvo and Mahara that have come from Palace with us. I think I actually done really well to not take the likes of Duchesne with me and maybe even Martin Fernandez as a right back. If it wasn't for the fact we've got Lourenco Pataka, who's absolutely world-class right back, then I may have been tempted. But here's Mahara now. The corner was cleared, but the shot was saved by Borkelmans, and it's gone out for a corner. Saka will take it from that side. In-swinger towards the near post. They managed to clear their lines eventually. It took about 2 or 3 times of asking. And the highlight comes to nothing. So it's still 1-0. Escalada with the goal, Mahara with the assist. It was from a free kick, of course. We've certainly been the more dominant team at the start of this game, which is a familiar pattern for us, really. They took a free kick, but really came to nothing. Fiorita gives it to Escalada. We can try and build from the back. Gives it to Joshua Chambers. Zaire Emery. Oh, and he's giving it away. Zaire Emery manages to retrieve the next ball. It's now with Saliba. Finds Saka, who gives it to Pataka. Are we on for a Pataka cross for a Van Persie goal here? Oh, very nearly. Van Persie's header off the mark, just going wide of the post. Chambers puts the ball into the box, searching delivery. Saka picks up the loose ball, puts a cross back in again towards Van Persie. We're getting very close to adding to the goal that we've already got, but just not quite able to get that goal. And Van Persie's not having a good game again. He was poor against Tottenham. He's been poor in this game as well. He's one of their really important attacking players. So they've made a substitution. Piscini's come off and Mercado has come on. Both players we obviously know very well. We've had 5 shots on target. I mean, their XG from 2 shots on target is 0.05. They've really not troubled their goal at all. And I think we're going to make a substitution or 2. I've not been particularly happy with our opportunities in front of goal here. So we bring Thiago Silva on for Zaire Emery, and Van Persie can come off for Bruce. Yeah, we've been a bit feeble in front of goal is probably the best word I could think to describe it. Here's Pataka to Saliba. Pataka gets it back and then he'll probably give it back to Saliba. There you go. Here's Ochung to Silva to Saliba. Very patient from us, playing it around in triangles. Mahara gives it to Bruce, who then gives it to Pataka. Can he get the cross in? Well, he's got the ball in the box and it's gone in. Kenta Mahara scored the goal. Not really sure exactly what happened there. No one's got an assist for it, so I'm assuming it must have got a deflection or something from a Crystal Palace player. But either way, it's the second goal of the game, which is what we wanted. If we could not have Crystal Palace score and pull one straight back, that would be awesome. Borkelman's quite some way out of his goal. But he's played it nicely and we managed to intercept. Here's Chambers to Escalada to Saliba. Finds Saka, who goes back to Escalada. He now gives it to Saliba. Pataka comes forward with it to Saka, to Mahara, to Pataka. I do love it when we're passing it around like this. I mean, look at that for a goal. Saka with the assist, Mahara with his 15th goal of the season. And this is when it all just works so beautifully. We're going to make a few substitutions in a minute, get some players off. Mahara just decides to give the ball away, why not? Crystal Palace now trying to build something. Escalada gives it to Chambers. He finds Mahara, goes back to Escalada. Silva then gives it to Saliba. Ochong to Saka, to Mahara, to Pataka. I mean, this is just beautiful football. Unfortunately, didn't end in a goal on that occasion. But let's make our last few substitutions. So Pataka can come off for Durin. Wilson can come on for Ochong. And I think Saka can come off for Nwaneri on this occasion. I mean, it's been a very comfortable game against Crystal Palace. We're going to be in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, and we'll show you the semi-final draw before we end the episode. But we've kind of just put 6 minutes of time to be added on. We're into added on time now. Durin picks up the ball, gives it to Wilson, to Silva, to Mahara. Is there another goal in it for us? Nwaneri gives it away. Maybe there's a goal in it for Crystal Palace. I don't want dirty sheets, lads. I want the clean sheets. Well played. Bruce brings it away. Gives it to Nwaneri. He finds Bruce, to Chambers, to Bruce, to Silva, Mahara, Durin, and just over the bar. We don't want to be too greedy, I suppose. We don't want to humiliate Crystal Palace, in as they are our former employers, of course. And there it is, a 3-0 win. We're through to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Lovely job. And let's get to the draw. I mean, we give Kenta Mahara a bit of praise, obviously. He deserves all the praise he gets, that lad. We're forgetting about the penalty. Oh, they want an improved contract for him. Maury wants an improved contract. Can I ask Mahara to sack him? Let me ask Mahara if he'll sack him. You want to say, I think it's time to consider dropping your agent. It's interesting you mention this. I've been thinking the same thing recently. I do like this boy. It can't be a coincidence. I think maybe it's the best thing for my career if I let him go. Great having this talk with you. Let me know if you need me for anything else. Wonderful stuff. Thank you very much, Kenta. Always knew you as a sensible lad. And there you go. Does his agent hate me now? So he's hired a new agent. He has no relationship with me. Well, that's fine. So has been known to laud his clients to other clubs whilst also being regarded as a very patient negotiator. But don't go lauding him to people. I don't want him being lauded around to everyone. I mean, he's got another 4 years left on his contract with us. 5 stars. I can't believe he's not worth more than 98 million, I have to say. But when did he start his new contract? He started his new contract in August of last year. So, yeah, he's probably going to want a new contract soon. But there you go. Right, let's get to the semi-final draw of the Carabao Cup. And here we are for the semi-final draw of the Carabao Cup. Let's get into it. Let's see who's left in the competition. There's us, Chelsea, Ipswich and Tottenham. So we'd prefer to have Ipswich. We'd like to avoid Tottenham if possible. But let's see who we get given. So Ipswich are first out of the hat. They will play Tottenham. I mean, Tottenham always get the easy draws, don't they? And then we obviously get drawn against Chelsea. So a two-legged semi-final tie against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Can we retain a Carabao Cup trophy? Let's have a look at the schedule in terms of when we'll be back. I think a good place to come back will probably be for the FA Cup third round game against Manchester City and the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg against Chelsea. So, yeah, I'll see you back here tomorrow in episode 22 for a cup double. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Leave a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye.